And we're back. Okay. That did take, right? Okay. Alright, Cab, let's get going. Where are we going? Back to Seoul. Alright. Let's see where this rabbit hole goes. Whoa. Where are we? Oh, we gotta dock at this ship. Okay. No brakes. Alright. See what kind of trouble we can get into. What's the worst that could happen? We could die horribly, right? Vasco, you are
Hello.
in the way. Oh, hey, buddy.
Welcome aboard the UC Vigilance.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any questions before I escort you to the commander?
No, let's have a buddy.
Yeah, listen to him. Carefully. The commander's a one-and-done kind of officer. In other words, he hates to repeat himself.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, just observe standard military decorum, and it should keep you from serving any time on the ship's cleaning detail.
That sounds like a nasty job.
Understood? If you'd follow me, please.
You bet.
So, you're the vanguard that took down that terramorph on Tau City.
Uh-huh.
You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it. Damn. That must have been one hell of a firefight. I almost regret missing out on all the fun.
Uh-huh.
Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
Okie dokie. Alright, now we can run again.
Pardon.
I didn't get in his way.
Yes?
Can we try and focus on the matter at hand, please? Ah, there you are. Commander Kibwe Kande, UC SysDev. Glad to have you aboard.
You
I was
bet.
beginning to think you were having second thoughts about Commander Tuala's offer.
Second thoughts.
It appears he certainly picked the right person for the job. So, now that you're part of the team, allow me to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance, SysDev's nerve center dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet.
Ooh, sounds like fun.
Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach.
Oh,
We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse.
oh. Talk to him in anything.
I do. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Sersha Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention.
Oh, wonderful. I'm not even gonna ask.
You'd better hope so. Sersha won't be easy to dupe.
Okay.
Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. Eager to get going? Good. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down.
That sounds like it's gonna be hard, but let's give it a
I wouldn't
shot.
expect any less. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control.
Okay, dokie.
That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck.
Yeah, that is a good
That's
question.
easy to answer. You don't.
Oh, okay.
We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion of your assignments, head back here for a debrief. Beyond that, you're completely on your own.
Piece of cake. Okie dokie.
All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some seriously shady deals. She's shrewd and she's diligent. The only reason we were able to connect her with the Crimson Fleet at all was thanks to an informant. I'm afraid she's the best lead we've got. Dismissed.
Alright, let's... Oh, we gotta talk to you now, huh?
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood?
Yeah, no problem.
Well, you better. Commander Akande's entire operation is resting on your shoulders. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig.
That's why I'm still running hot. Okay.
For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard.
No problem.
That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, there's one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts. It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande's idea. All right, we've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods.
Okay.
We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. And with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet.
It's a good thing
That should do it. You're
equipped
dismissed.
for smuggling then.
Not really, no. I've learned to keep my personal experiences separate from the job.
Oh, okay.
Don't get me wrong. I appreciate that you care. It's just that I don't feel like now's an appropriate time to be discussing these things.
No problem.
Let's just stick to the job at hand and concentrate on the mission. But, maybe we can talk about it some other time, okay?
Sure.
Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security, so you shouldn't have any trouble. Even if you're scanned.
Oh,
Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone outside the boundaries of this particular operation, well, I don't think I need to tell you the consequences of making that mistake.
No problem.
Let me know if you need anything else.
You bet. Just curious. Yeah, how they expected people to smuggle Aurora. Alright,
Excuse
cool.
me.
Well, I'm equipped for it anyway. 90% chance to evade scans is pretty nice. Still, it's only 90%. And because we have stuff, we won't be able to just... Oh, Sidonia. Oh, well, shoot. They're not gonna scan you anyway. Oh, yeah, they will. Oh, really? Huh. So it bypasses the scan. No, because we were already in this system. I've only ever been scanned once entering a system.
Used to think I was Vanguard material. Until I discovered...
Where are you going? Sixth circle? No.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Octai. I'm busy.
Uh-huh.
And by sensitive, I'm guessing you mean something you don't want UC security sticking their noses into. I can probably help you with that. What have you got for me? Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got? No, they're right. What they didn't tell you is that I have a self-preservation streak 1 kilometer wide.
Ah.
Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit. You got a point there, love. All right, I'll take a chance. There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh,
Right.
and it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
You sure bet. Up here. I didn't think we walked past any buildings on the way in. Oh yeah, okay.
Mining takes all types. Young upstarts, former military.
Unless you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around and walk away.
You can mine.
Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC guard in Sidonia heard you.
I didn't say a word.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we can help you with this. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something for us first.
Sure, no problem.
You're a clever one, aren't you? Let's just say, I have a certain influential affiliation. And leave it at that. Basically, you want that Aurora moved, I'm your guy.
Okie dokie.
Right down to business, and no small talk. I like it.
Huh, cool.
Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of debt. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back.
Alright.
Perfect. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos miners' quarters.
Okie dokie.
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable-looking guy in the entire place.
Alrighty. Oops. Alright, what's your story?
Something I can help you with?
Yes, sir. You got some debts?
Adler Kemp. Who the heck is that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right. No need to get violent. Let me think. Wait, you said Adler Kemp. Yeah, sure. I remember him. Totally forgot I borrowed a few credits from the guy.
Uh-huh.
My mistake.
Yeah.
I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Sound good? Yeah?
I don't think he wants to wait a week.
Well, I mean, he doesn't really have a choice. Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right?
Let's hear what his story is.
I'm a miner for Deimos. It's not what I was hoping for out of life. But here I am. Yeah, it's a lousy company. It pays me a salary. But I depend on the profit-sharing bonuses to keep food on the table for my family.
Uh-huh.
Hey, now wait a second. Just because things are tough, and I might be spending my afternoons at the Spear, it doesn't mean I don't care about my family. Adler doesn't get to judge me. No, he's just a low-life pirate who thinks he can push everyone around.
You really shouldn't have borrowed money from him.
Holy crap. Really? You'd do that for me? Wow. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. For everything. And don't worry. I'll never borrow anything from Adler again. I promise.
Uh-huh. You better not. Now you're not so miserable.
The city of Sidonia is proud to be a pillar of support for the United Colonies. Seek your local Marine recruiter if you wish to sign up for military service.
Elevator. Where'd I come in
Sidonia
at?
can have a depressing effect on some people. Make sure to get yourself help before it becomes a problem.
Where did I? Oh, no.
Glad there ain't no wars, but we still need to be prepared. Error. Routing
Uh-huh.
procedure 005.
If it would have been a snake, it would have bit me.
Journalistic integrity.
Oh, I'm sure I could have got him to cop it up, but... I don't need to.
Another derelict vessel has been
Hey, careful around the equipment. Don't want to lose an arm.
Have something for me?
Yes, sir.
There, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message? Nice. Nice. You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that. You know, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more. You think you can handle running with my, associates? If you haven't figured that out by now, then maybe you aren't cut out for our line of work. That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Nevamora. She's second to the big boss himself. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.
16,000 credits.
Only employees of Deimos Staryard's Mining Division are authorized to mine
We're getting rich.
in and around Sidonia. It is your civic
The
duty
community
to
center on
report
P1 is a good
unauthorized
place to
mining
connect with
Sidonia
others.
security.
Yeah, those announcements can be a little loud. Ah.
Wow. Look who finally had the guts to show up. Looks like so. Big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew. You betting your life on that? Because the only way out of our organization is with a warhead up your grab drive. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you.
Okay,
There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead.
Okay.
It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long. tracking Rick for months. He's making it tough, not gonna lie. He changes his location and identity so often, it's costing me a small fortune just to keep tabs. But you know what? It's worth every damn cred. He's made me look like a fool in front of Delgado, and I'm gonna have his head on a pike. Rake used to run with the fleet. Hell, I'm the one who vouched for him in the first place. Back then he had a different name and a different identity. He was a damn good earner, too. Brought in a ton of creds. Everything was fine until he wanted out. So he ran. And nobody, I mean, nobody, runs away from the fleet.
Cool. Alright. Alright, let's try to go find this ship. Oh, got a mission marker. Yep, that's the one. Okay.
This is Dmitry Moldavsky, pilot of the Ragana. I do not understand. Please confirm your intentions. Well, normally I would say no, but frankly it will be safer for us that way. Alright, you can dock. We will talk then.
Oh boy. I guess I could have just blown up the ship, but I want to blow up the Crimson Fleet too, so. Alright.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship.
Oh, yeah.
If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it.
Yeah.
I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about? You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you?
I really
And
don't
you do
care.
not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board.
Somebody already
Then,
knows
when
he's
we
on
dock,
board.
we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port. That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours.
Why don't he come with
And
me
in
on
case
my
any
ship?
of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
Thank you for letting us go.
Alright. Extra crate of supplies, huh? Should have gave me something personal to show. Alrighty, where are you at?
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice?
Things just melt around me.
Thanks for the help with the Cliptic. I had it under control, but it definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now
Yeah,
tell
no
me
doubt.
about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate. Huh. No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but at least you got the job done. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yep, it's that simple. Hope this business with Rake's taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send someone after you. We clear?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah? Last person who said that was Rake. So you've already dug yourself a hole about 6 feet deep.
Ah, damn
And
it.
now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system.
Oh boy.
Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it home.
Oh boy.
Head out there as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting long.
I'll get right on it. Alright. Report to the vigilance. Okay. Audio logs, text logs would be especially helpful. Okay. R. Okay. I got it. I was more concerned with not ramming into it.
Captain,
Commander
do
Econ
you
wants to see
require
you.
my
Follow me.
assistance?
I had a friend on the Regana. I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
Oh, is that all? I was just supposed to listen to you talk, huh? Okay. So I did a good thing then. Oops.
My family's all in the UC Navy, but being SysDef, I got bragging rights.
We got the message from the Regana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for.
Traumatize the crew.
That's something we're looking into, but it doesn't seem like he knows much. He might be better served as bait. For now, we'll keep him in the brig. Perhaps you could pay him a visit there sometime? I'm sure he'd be pleased to see you.
I'm sure.
That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself in the part. Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Neva's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Regana that you might have trouble earning Neva's trust. Coming to her rescue ensured that would not be a problem. Ah, so I take it you have good news. Were you able to join the fleet?
Yes, sir.
Then it worked. You're in. Sounds like everything is going as expected. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet.
Mm-hmm.
The woman has a record that could stretch across Sol and back. She started young as one of Neon's street rats, and worked her way up to second in command. She's a force to be reckoned with, so don't underestimate her. Yes, you passed your first test and you're still alive. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals, so don't let your guard down.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution, regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated yourself.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda? Where you'll meet Delgado, no doubt.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating independently. We will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It certainly increased my estimates on success. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.
Getting signed up is not like being able to take them
First
down
mission in the books
shot.
and no
Jeez.
casualties. Good work.
Oh, E. Yeah, I hit R so that I could reboard my ship. Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Yes, what?
Nothing. Oscar, let's go to work. So now we're going to be allowed to go to. I hope they have my ship ID. Well, I used a Frontier. This is a whole different ship, but I'll bet they don't think that way. They probably know who's flying. I flew in there once. Almost lost everything. Of course, I didn't jump to that planet, so. I think I just jumped to the zone. Nobody turn red. Okay. I really wish those points would stay put. All right.
You got your cut. Now get out of my face.
The take was 10K, but it was 30. Big difference on 40% of 10 versus 30.
You wanted 4K, you got 4K. Not my problem.
If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
All right, can I live?
Way to make a mess in front of my new rook.
Hey, steal from me and get caught? Better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener.
The hell took you so long? Forget how to grav jump or something?
My ship is really slow.
Never apologize. Not if you want anyone in the fleet to respect you. And if they don't respect you, put a gun to their head and they'll get the message. But all that aside, you made it. So now, you get to hear a nifty history lesson. Pencils ready? Good. This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the Key. Used to be an old UC military star station, and now it's the fleet's base of operations. Might look a little beat up on the outside, but we keep it together. Sure did. Right out from under their noses. Way before you or I were born, though. We've held this station for a very long time. Don't worry. Delgado will tell you all about it.
Oh, pretty cool.
You think? And that's only part of it. I'll let Delgado fill you in on the whole story. He tells it better anyway. But I can give you the short version while we walk the station.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll tell you all about the Key. But it's better if I show you too. Follow me.
Okay.
All right. History time. So, the Key is in orbit around Suvorov. That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock. The UC is so clever. Supermax prison, Lock, Key. Huh, cute, huh?
Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gail Dunnigan of SSNN, and this is Galactalk. My guest tonight is one of the most notorious criminals in the settled systems. His ruthlessness and desire for wealth.
Interesting.
Now, we've got everything the fleet needs right here. Of course, you've got to pay for it. Remember, on the Key,
I am, of course, speaking of the self-appointed leader of the Crimson Fleet himself, Jasper Cricks.
All right.
Good evening, Mr. Cricks.
Good evening, Gail. Thank you for
accepting my invitation.
Yes, well, being blindfolded and then grav jumped to what appears to be an abandoned mining facility isn't exactly what I...
Hang on, Nev.
Okay.
Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
Jasmine, sweetie, I'm trying to give a tour here. So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
It's called a malfunction. You know, that thing I spend most of my day dealing with. Believe me, my people are on it. Have a little faith for once.
Aw. And you, always, Angel. This here's Jasmine. You need anything for your ship, she's got you covered.
Awesome.
We'll hit up the depot next since these doors have given out on us.
Okay.
So anyway, we were talking about the lock. About 100 years ago, the prisoners down there rioted and took over the place. After stealing some ships, they were actually able to make it up here and took over the key.
About time you brought us new blood, Neva. I was getting tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting wise to your ridiculous prices, Aludra.
Okay.
Anyway, welcome to the depot, Rook, where you'll be lucky if these blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Whoa, whoa. It's not our fault if people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the key.
Neva's just whining because she thinks she lost a ton of cash selling us a shipment of gear. She should have done her homework.
Yeah, sure, laugh it up. I'll remember that next time I need something from you cheapskates. Let's move on. Back to my story. After the liberated prisoners grabbed the key, they established it as a base of operations and began pirating the spaceways. That was how the Crimson Fleet began. Of course, Jasper Cricks had a lot to do with all that, but, we'll get to him later. Rook, meet Zuri, queen of the rare exports.
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Neuroamps, blueprints. Hit her up and she'll take care of you.
Speaking of which, you still owe me for that last purchase, Neva. It's like 5 figures. Don't make me collect it the hard way.
The hard way? Oh no. Rook, protect me from Zuri's vengeance.
Oh no,
Enough
that's
of the bullshit, Zuri. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss. On the right, you've got Bradley from the Trade Authority. I'm sure you know the deal there. He'll buy pretty much anything, no matter how hot. Then we got our med bay on the left, run by the one and only Samina Mizra. She'll patch you up, if you've got the money. We don't run any free clinics up in here, you don't? Okay, this is our final stop. Over there, you've got the last Nova, where Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices. And right here is the most important place on the entire station, the Reckoner's Core, run by the incomparable Shinya Voss.
Another new Rook, Neva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit, given what happened with the last one.
You mean Austin Rake? It's been taken care of, all right? I don't like loose ends, and this Rook is the one who tied it off.
Perhaps next time you'll try to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. It's far more cost-effective.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Shinya handles our lifeblood. The money. We call him our Reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Neva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, Voss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest. Anyway, Shinya will get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do. Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction.
Okay.
I am Shinya Voss, the official reckoner for the Crimson Fleet. And since Neva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest. And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble In fact, I find Delgado's idea of a security measure to be quite empowering.
Uh-huh.
Glad you approve. Obviously, betrayal isn't taken lightly around here.
I'll bet.
Since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain all accounts for the fleet, I'm a prime target for information. Should our enemies capture me or I grew any semblance of a moral conscience, you might consider me the greatest threat we have. For Delgado, the bomb grants peace of mind and a certain degree of safety.
I'll bet.
It's why he's the boss. Of course, I'm not the first reckoner to bear a bomb under my rib cage, but Delgado was smart enough to continue the tradition. Now, let me get you set up. A moment while I convene with the core. Thanks to advanced modifications even Ryujin would envy, I can interface directly with our mainframe and the Galbank network. This allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any run-of-the-mill cyber runner. There, you're done. All you need now is Delgado's blessing, and you'll be one of us.
What's up?
The perfect segue into my final subject. Thanks to our relations with contacts across the galaxy, we always have a steady stream of jobs available. I've granted you all the necessary permissions to access these listings at any time, using the computers that surround the core.
Pretty cool.
If Neva's chosen wisely, we certainly will. Now, I believe that covers all I have to say, so you can run along to Delgado. Take the elevator to the upper level. You should be able to find your way from there, I hope.
I hope.
Alright, listen up. You can all stop complaining. Atrium to cargo bay doors have been repaired. Oh, and you're welcome, Nev.
What a riot.
Those creds ain't gonna steal themselves.
There's our other new recruit. So, now that we are all here, it's time to get down to business.
Uh-huh.
The two of you are the only rooks that have made the latest cut. The rest, well, let's just say they won't be joining us ever again. Neva's willing to put her neck on the line and vouch for you, which means you've got what it takes to join the Crimson Fleet. If dealing with the Ragana was at the limit of your capabilities, then you have a serious problem on your hands. You are already in too deep to quit. And I can promise you, it only gets more difficult from here. All right, let's get started here. When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, you're in it for the long haul. No one quits. No one retires. The only way out is death. You stay loyal or you pay the consequences. Fleet before friends. Fleet before family. Fleet before yourself.
Got it.
Boss. Good. You're getting it already. I like that.
Can we get on with this? I want to get drunk at the last Nova.
I'm impressed. That is the first intelligent thing you have said this entire time, Mathis. Since you two seem so eager to move forward, let's get to your next job. Pack your cold weather gear, Rooks. Where we are going, you're going to need it.
Oh, God, don't tell me you're dragging him down to Suvarol for another one of your little initiation runs. 10 Johns to the surface, 12 dead Rooks. You'd think by now you would have given up on that goddamn campfire story.
Crix's legacy is no story, Neva. We've got fresh eyes in the fleet. And if these two want to impress, they're going to help me search those ruins.
I hope you're right, Dale. That new code we grabbed for the lock cost us a ton of credits. And a decent captain.
This initiation, as Neva calls it, is your chance to see where it all began. On Suvorov with Jasper Griggs. Griggs led the riots that gave birth to the Crimson Fleet. And if his legacy is still out there, we're going to be the ones to find it. Before Griggs left the fleet, he left a message talking about a major score. One that would set up the fleet to be a big player in the settled systems. Somewhere down the line, they started calling it Griggs' legacy. And everyone who's tried to find it has wound up empty-handed, missing, or dead. If we're gonna beat those odds, we'll first need a lead. And I would wager we will find one on Suvorov.
Dale's leaving out the best part. That this whole search is based on a handful of words on a very old slate. Crix left a lot of big talk on that recording, and not a lot of facts. Some of us believe in it more than others.
Don't listen to her. When we get our hands on Griggs' legacy, the fleet will be operating at a completely different level. We will become more than a match for UC Sysdef. Exactly. Now you're beginning to understand. Okay, enough discussion. We have got a lot of work to do.
Okay.
To that end, the next stop is the lock. I've had Jazz feed the coordinates into your ship's computer.
Okay.
Since Mathis doesn't have a ship, he's going to ride with me. I'll see you down there, Rook. Don't keep me waiting.
You betcha. Wow, 250 experience points just for visiting this? That's all it took to get that achievement? Awesome. That's not the elevator.
The fleet protects our ward, but to turn against
Ah. So they got their very own city in space. That's pretty cool.
Yeah?
What kind of name is Sysdef anyway?
I didn't make it up. Where'd Vasco go? Maybe he don't like this place. Okay, it's been an hour. We'll see you in the next video.